All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. So our next topic for the evening is Bel-Air, episode 3 of season 2. I'm with Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we are going to get right into it. What do you guys think about this episode? Let's you go first.
I think first and foremost, I do have to retract a statement that I said last week about Bel-Air, about Will kind of being too whiny and that sort of thing. Now that I'm all caught up, Will as a character is really, really working for me as a whole. Just kind of and even kind of giving myself a refresher with last season. He, I it makes him more layered, you know. So I'm kind of appreciating that a lot more. And like I said, I think they're kind of escalating things now that Will's a lot more integrated in the Bel-Air lifestyle, and a little more comfy, dare I say. I'm liking the subplot that they're going somewhere with like the basketball subplot with his basketball ambitions. That's cool. They seem to be taking things kind of further with that. And it's very equally balanced. Like I really like ensembles, and I like how everyone has like a mini arc. That's really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they go. Further with that. It really has me glued to the screen in that regard, and I like that. Really, just the wave of kind of emotions and kind of like the flip flopping with how I feel about certain characters. Like I couldn't stand Carlton early on, and now I'm really coming to like it now. Like him and Will kind of play off of each other. It's really the classic Carlton and Will relationship from the series, just from the original series, just with a more dramatic take on it. So I'm really kind of liking the tone overall. It's very very respectful to the roots of Fresh Prince while doing its own thing. That's really that really has me attracted to it. I'll watch 10 seasons if they wanted
to. be grown men by then.
All you gotta do is film it beforehand, like Brandon says. Film it beforehand.
Yeah, film.
I mean, they probably can.
Yeah, But yeah, I really like it. I'm kind of like I know that I mentioned a while back that I kind of liken it to Cobra Kai in terms of like exploring like that gray area with certain characters rather than just depicting them as straight good or straight bad. I like how it goes into the gray area.
Okay, so this past episode 3, I really felt like they were kids this episode. This is the first episode when I was watching it, and I really felt like they're just children. Because they don't look at the big picture. And I was actually very disappointed in how Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, I felt like they were very, like, you want to let your kids, protest and believe in things that you want to believe in, but you have to explain the entire picture to them. And that's what they did a poor job, especially with Uncle Phil being a lawyer. He needs to explain to everyone what you're signing up for. So I'm all for them protesting, doing those, making these decisions and everything, but it just felt like it was very irresponsible for the adults there doing that. And then this is the first episode where I was very worried about Jeffrey. So Jeffrey's looking through Phil's stuff, trying to find some stuff. I think he's trying to find his son because he can't help himself. And Uncle Phil knows that he's looking for it, and how does he address that? That's gonna be the other thing. And then does Jeffrey do something else that causes him to get kicked out of the house again? How does that break the family again? I feel like Hillary is getting kind of put to the back burner because they're trying to push up. They're trying to push up Ashley. So they're trying to give her so much more. There's almost only so much room. So like Coco Jones is going to the side. Carlton, I understand everything that he's going through. He's the only one to have a little foresight into what's going on. And I think that's not a good thing, that he shouldn't be the only one. And right now, Will has no care at all. He doesn't care about anything. He's just doing stuff and not thinking about what could happen with it. And I hate seeing that. And I hate that no one's speaking to him the way he needs to be spoken to. So in the original show, this is what Uncle Phil would do. He will always look at both ends and tell you this, this is what you could do. This is what the problem is with that. And I'm gonna give you a full view, an adult view of the world. No one's doing it in this, and I am a little bit disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, this was one of those episodes where, like you said, is like, I get what they're trying to do, what they're doing, and they're standing up for what they believe in and stuff like that. But like you said, like, you need to know what comes next. I mean, cool, you do the protests and you're standing up for what you believe in. What comes after that? You
don't just get what you want just because you protested.
Yeah. I mean, there is. I mean, part of protesting is like a sacrifice. Either your time or more. Stuff like that. Your actual freedom, privileges you get. There's stuff that comes with protests. And that's just real world. So yeah, man, it was interesting because I'm like, they're doing the right thing, but I think they're doing it like very like head through the wall rather than trying to figure it out. But also it's like, but no one is giving good advice because there's the other side of the teacher.
Yeah.
But the teacher, it was like, listen, shut this shit down and you're all gonna be, it was like, don't ruin your life for this. It was like, but then you don't get it. Well, and he even questioned her for that. He goes, hey, you should be on our side. Why aren't you on our side? He was like, oh, because you want to be on the board, and she shut up really quick, You
want to be vice chancellor. But then she said, oh, but you want to be, the top student. You want to be the first black top student in this class ever, in the school ever. So once again, he has to think about. But once again, Carlton has been given the opportunity to see both sides, see all sides of what's going on, see what the future holds for everybody. So he knows what's going to happen once he sees the flag come out and Black teachers' lives matter. He knows what's happening. The rest of the kids, he could have just look. This I'm gonna be real matter of fact with you guys. Uncle Phil should have said, "Look, this was going to happen. You're going to do this. She's not going to get her job back. You can speak your truth, do what you want to do, but you have to realize she's not going to get her job back, and that this might not be a winning effort. But you need to know that also that this could affect you for colleges. Also, be honest with them, give them the full scope of what's going on, and then let them make their own decisions. And I feel like no one did that, and the only one who got the full scope was Carlton. That was it. And that gave me an anxiety attack. And if you did that, maybe Will would have been more on Carlton's side. Like, I got you, see. But then he still did what he did, and that caused him more anxiety. But if you explain to him what's going on, he could make a better educated decision. And I think he would have if they would talk to them as young adults, and they did not. And I just thought that I was missing in this show specifically because that's what they did in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They talked to them and they gave them all sides so you can understand where everyone's coming from. Yeah, I feel like it was a miss, and it kind of takes away from what the original was about a little bit.
I got what you're saying.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's just because like this whole episode.
I'm just closing my window. It's raining out.
I got you.
I'm just closing my window.
But yeah, this whole episode was like me wanting to yell at everybody, from Jeffrey to Hillary, to Carlton and Will doing that. I mean, this one was definitely probably more Will and Carlton heavy episode. Because what happened with Hillary was kind of.
I knew that was going to happen. You knew that was
two scenes. Yeah. So yeah, I think they're setting up that bigger play later on, but right now I think they're dealing with this, and I think this is going to also change how a lot of everyone else's in the family, how their lives are going to change because of what Carlton and really what Will did.
So Carlton's not going to go to Princeton because of this one move.
Yeah.
He's not going to be. He's not that number one student. He's not going to Princeton because of all this. And Will's going to be like, that's not fair, but not realize that he caused it. And then eventually he's going to figure out that he did cause it. And then it's going to be this whole dump load of stuff that he's going to, he's not going to be able to play in the state championship game.
Mm-hmm.
School's going to pull the plug on that. The whole team's going to, that he promised I'm going to put the team first. The whole school is going to be blaming him. All those things are going to happen just because no one sat him down and talked to him about consequences, sacrifices and consequences before he did anything.
Yeah, I wonder, do you think he's going to attempt like some kind of damage control or anything like that, or is it too far gone?
It's too late. He's going to try to talk to his teammates, but his teammates say, you knew what you were doing. That's what they're going to say.
Yeah. But all the teammates were with him, weren't they? Right?
But they're all doing the silent protest. And once he goes out and does that, and he's not a face of it, and he's the face on YouTube and TikTok and all those things, he's going to go viral, and that means they have to punish him specifically.
Yeah. I think this episode is going to set up a lot of problems going forward, and I don't know how I feel about it, because it's like, are these the problems that we want to see them have?
Yeah, I feel like that you don't want to lose what made you great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my worry.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Is this probably one of my least? I don't want to say like least favorite, because, like, again, I get what they're trying to do. It just didn't. It didn't hit right. It just didn't feel. I don't know. And I don't mind like episodes where they have a message and stuff like that, which this one, really did. But then, it was just like very weird how they just went about it.
The characters didn't do things that the characters you expect them to do, or what Uncle Phil is. I expect him to act a certain way, and he's not. What Aunt Viv is, I expect her to act a certain way, and she didn't. So it just felt like it wasn't very true to their character in the end.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like you say, even Jeffrey, I was like now he's sneaking around. I was like, that one really threw me off, because I'm like, you're a complete different character from who you were in season 1 and everything like that. So I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like talking about it, but I was disappointed in the episode as a whole. I like the series. I like what they could do with it, but I was very disappointed in everything as a whole. And to a point where, like,
it just felt very. The thing, like you said, the things that made it great weren't there. That made season 1 great weren't there. It was missing. Yeah, it kind of works. Try to change the background so let people know we're doing. I don't know. What do you think, Brandon? Anything else? I mean, as our viewers, it doesn't look like any of our viewers care about either.
Yeah, they don't care well.
Yeah, I think this shows a very acquired taste, and being on Peacock, obviously, like not everyone's watching it, but no, I'm really I'm really enjoying it so far. And like you said, I did like how this episode was about the kids. Curious to see what repercussions there are from the protest and how long they're going to pan out, and just really what impact it's going to, kind of have for them for the season moving forward. So it's really kind of one of those that just it's nice. It keeps you wanting more in that regard. I think those are like the full extent of my thoughts. Still kind of processing it since I finished it like right before we started doing this. So a lot of it I'm still kind of taking in.
All right. So for me, I feel like what's going to happen is all the consequences are going to be in next episode. So they're going to find out Will gave up his chance at state championship. Carlton gave his chance at being the school's #1 student. He's also going to lose a chance with the girl, the president of the Black Student Union. So now that's going to push Will more towards the what's his name? The guy,
the recruiter guy, the other basketball guy.
Yeah, Laster, whatever his name is. I can't remember what his name is, but they're gonna push him more towards him. So he's gonna try to join his AAU team because that's the only way he's gonna be able to get to college now because he didn't get that stuff. He didn't get his scholarship. He didn't get any of that stuff. So it's gonna be this is like things happen, and now it's gonna be consequences in the next 2 episodes. That means we're going to see more Jackie. We're going to see more what's Vivian's guy, from her doing her.
Was it Russ?
Now, yeah,
was it Russ?
Was it Russ?
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name.
We're gonna get more of that because Lisa's now going to be helping Viv. So we're gonna get more of that type of dynamic too, along with Jackie. But Lisa's going to be in the house. How's that going to work out? Like you're going to start seeing decisions and consequences in the next couple of episodes. And I don't know. We have 10 episodes this season. It's going to happen quickly. It's going to start just kind of going downhill because kids make bad decisions in bunches. So if you don't talk to them about their decisions, it's going to go downhill real quick.
Yeah. Wait, you, Brandon, any last words or thoughts on where it might go, or where you think it might go, or want to go?
At this point, not quite. Like I said, I'm probably gonna need a rewatch on it, just to kind of formulate a decision on that, since it's still kind of fresh in my mind. But yeah, might have to give it a rewatch before I think about that.
Yeah, I mean, usually right after almost every other episode was like, I was like, ooh, damn, okay. That's like, that like excitement of like what's going to happen next. And then this episode was like, oh, damn, y'all like really messed
y'all didn't pick this out.
Because you're mad at, for me, I was like mad at everyone. I was mad at the teacher for telling him to not do it. I was mad at, I mean, I guess Uncle Phil was kind of going down that road, but also like, I don't want to piss off my wife and say what the opposite of what she's saying, where she's like, go do it, go find a bigger message. And he's like, hold on. And then she kind of gave him that look and he's like, yeah, whatever. Like
she gave him that Jada look like,
yeah, exactly.
Let me go slap somebody. Too soon?
Will Smith.
Too soon?
Yeah. Actually, Will Smith on the show. So I don't know. It felt very different from the rest. It felt very different, and it feels like the issues it's going to cause are not going to be the same that were like in the first season. So I think it still could get it back on track and get back on, like, because it's super hyper drama like kind of show, very CW. Totally. Everyone always said that, very CW, and I think it's going to get back on track. But this episode was interesting because I was waiting to see what was going to happen, and then when it happened, I was like, oh, okay. Everyone kind of just not. It seemed like everyone was kind of selfish too. Like Aunt Viv was like trying to be a good mom to her daughter, who lost the teacher that she loved, and Carlton was kind of being selfish to get the girl, and the girl was kind of using Carlton a little bit. Will was kind of doing stupid Will shit, and so it was very like selfish things that just kind of all came together.
I just didn't like the fact that characters felt like they did things that aren't in their character.
Yes. Yes,
it was outside their character of the character, and that was very weird for me to see.
Yeah. Agreed. Anything else, guys, before we move on?
No, I'm interested to see what we get next week. Yeah, I can't wait to see what we do.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. I think hopefully next week. I think we'll be back on track and we'll be excited all again. But yeah. But I think we'll leave that one there. So if you're watching live, we're going to talk about something else. So make sure you stay tuned. If you're watching our replay, thank you. Appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Go check out our other reactions to season 1 and the beginning of season 2 of Bel-Air, and let us know what you think about this episode. Are we wrong? Did you really enjoy it? Did you like the message that they were trying to tell us and all that stuff? And let us know where you think it's going to go next. But That's it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000. And appreciate all you guys. And we are moving on